Hello everyone, I'm George Mitchell at the Hopkins County-Madisonville Public Libraries Unmuted. And here we are again with our second series of guitar lessons. Hopefully if we get through this all well and everything, what we're going to try to do is do 3 basic minor chords, 2 bar chords, and try to learn 2 classic rock songs, strum pattern. And hopefully we'll have a good time. So we're going to go ahead and get cracking and do this first first chord, E minor. What you will need is this finger right here, your index finger, and you will need your middle finger. You're going to put your index finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret. You're going to put your middle finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret. So it should kind of look like this, and you're going to strum from the top of this string here all the way down to this string, so it should sound like this. This is your E minor, open E minor chord. So you can just strum with me when we do this. The next one we're playing is an A minor. Now, the A minor chord looks a lot like the very first chord I showed you, an E chord, but you move every string all the way up, so it should look like this. And what it would look like is you take your index finger and go to the 2nd string, 1st fret. Then you will take your middle finger and go to the 4th string, 2nd fret. And then you'll take your 3rd finger, ring finger, and go to the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and you will strike this time from the 5th string all the way down across, so it should sound like this. The next chord we'll work on is a D minor chord, which this one's a little bit tricky, but not that hard. You're going to take your index finger, go 1st string, 1st fret. Your 3rd finger, go 2nd string, 3rd fret. And your middle finger, 3rd string, 2nd fret. So it should go, and you're going to strike from your 4th string down all the way across to the high E string. And because my fingers are big, I might get a little bit muffled, but it should sound hopefully like this. So I'm saying, it's D minor. So you got your E minor, A minor, D minor, A minor, E minor. Now we're going to do 2 various forms of an F chord. The one that most people probably know how to do, maybe some of you do, maybe some of you don't, is just the regular F chord, which you take your index finger and you'll play, you have to hold down the first 2 strings on the 1st fret, the E and the A and B. E and B string, and it should sound like that. And then you'll take your middle finger and go to the 3rd string on the 2nd fret, simultaneously, all togetherly, holding all 3 of these strings like this. Then you'll take your 4th finger and your 3rd finger and go to the 4th string, 3rd fret, strike from the 4th string down. Now for the bar chord, for the bar F chord, you're going to take your index finger and stretch them all across all 6 strings. And then you're going to take your middle finger, like I showed you before, and put it on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, barring these down. Then you're going to take your ring finger and go to the 5th string, 3rd fret. And then you're going to put your little finger right under your ring finger on the 4th string, strike from all the way across the top here to the bottom. This is your bar chord, your F bar chord. What I like to say about these kind of bar chords is that you can play all the way up and down the neck using the same chord. The next chord is similar to it, but it's played, instead of using 6 strings like this chord is, it only uses 5 strings, and it's played in the higher register. And it's played, you would take your ring finger and you're going to strike on the 4th fret, but you're going to get the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th string. So when you're playing it, you would hold those 3 notes, and then you take your index finger and you're going to basically strike on the 5th fret, string, 2nd fret. You strike down from the 2nd, you strike down from the 5th string all the way down to the 6th string. You should get this. So you got the F chord, the B chord, F chord, B chord, F chord, B chord, G chord, G bar chord, B bar chord. But right now we just do F chord and B chord. And it goes to show you how those work. Now, next thing we're going to try to learn how to do is an old song, Jimi Hendrix, The Byrds. I think at one time even Deep Purple did. It's a real simple strum-along version of an old song called Hey Joe. And it's basically, the chords are the C chord that we learned last week, the G chord that we learned last week, the D chord we learned last week, the A chord we learned last week, and the E chord we learned last week. And what we will do is we'll strike each one of these chords 3 times. C to G, G to D, D to an A to an E. So it should be C, G, D, A, back to E. C, G, D, A, and E. C, G, D, A, to an E. And that's it. Now we're going to use these same chords, but we're going to trade the A chord for an A minor, and we're going to delete the use of an E chord. So the chords will be on this song, an old Bob Dylan classic called Knockin' on Heaven's Door. It will be a G, just a regular D chord, and an A minor, the new one we learned today. And then G, D, and then to a C. And you alternate these chords like Vesely. G, D, minor, G, D, to C, G, D, minor, G, D, to C. Now these chords, they can basically, you get these chords at the library, or you could probably get on some site, and they usually show you basic beginning cowboy style chords like we're playing here. And that's one place you can find them at. And these are real simple chords. As I said before, if you work at this stuff 45 minutes to an hour, you know, for 1 year you would have no problem with any of this stuff. You know, some later we'd be working on bar chords, and we'd be working on different kinds of music as well. And so we have 2 songs now, and plus we have the original strum pattern riff. which is just really more of an exercise. So you have those three. So work on those and work on these new chords, and we'll work on some 7th chords next week. And until then, I'll see you guys again, and keep on doing good things. Peace.